I had a pretty bad week. I had a pretty awful week. I'm not going to really get into it. It was not very good. It was not fun. But on Wednesday when I got home, I had ordered 3 random Sonic Movie 3 figures from GameStop. Either way, I didn't know what I was going to get. I was hoping it wasn't going to be 3 Tails. I just wanted 1 Supersonic. I didn't think that was going to be likely for some reason. I ended up getting freaking 3 of them. So I got this one here. I've got 1 up on the wall there. That's actually probably going to move above the window there just at some point. Because it's, and then I've got a 3rd one here, which is actually going straight to Ty. So
I would like to state for the record that I called this. I said, "What if you get 3 Supersonics?" And you were convinced that you were going to get 3 Tails.
Because, I was so worried.
And I quote, "Everyone's going to have already bought in the other figures." Now I told you that if everyone is buying from the same GameStop stock you are, and it's completely random who you get, you should have just as much of a chance at getting 3 Supersonics as 3 Tails, because no one's picking individual figures. It's one pool of anonymous figures. I told you. And then, sure enough, my boy opens them up, and he's surprised.
Losing my mind.
My boy's surprised.
What will the first figure be? Holy shit! Oh my god! First try, are you shit? Dude! Oh my god, it was my first pick. It's another super. Are you shitting me? I don't need 2 Supersonics. That is awesome. Last one. Oh man, who's it gonna be? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? Is this a joke? Okay. The universe heard my cries. Okay, I meant I wanted Supersonic. I didn't want him this badly. What the fuck?
My boy's surprised.
Cosmically in my mind, I didn't think it was possible for some reason. Even though I know it is, but I had ruled it out. I had ruled it out that I didn't think I was going to get him. And I love him. He's great. He's a lot of fun. He's so much fun. And I couldn't be happier. I wish I got, Knuckles. That would have been great too. I don't think I needed 3 of this guy, but hey, you know what? It's cool. It's what I wanted. So I got what I wanted, I suppose. So yeah. And then, I'll save that for later because that's going to transition really nicely. But let's just say the week got a lot better after that. Like, the whole week was shitty, and then I was bombarded with good. Editor, please zoom in on Ty's face the entire time as I'm talking to see the pure rage and disdain on his face the entire time. He's just staring at me going...
I was actually looking at myself.
Okay. That's sadder.
I mean, how could he resist?
True.
He was mogging himself?
I also had kind of a crummy week. I had a tooth ripped out of my face by an old man.
Right. Why?
You know what? I think I had a crummy week too. This week kind of sucked.
Right?
Work was murder. It was horrible.
It was a bad week.
Yeah.
Did it get better for you, or is it still bad?
Well, the weekend's just starting, so I'm hoping.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But we'll see. Today was pretty good, I guess.
That's good.
Yeah, I was hoping to get a new Obi-Wan figure yesterday. I was going to use for the photo, but he was delayed, so I should be getting it tomorrow.
Hi, how was the experience of getting a tooth ripped out of your mouth? You didn't really talk about it.
I mean, I've done it before. It's nothing new.
Okay. Is it like? Yeah, you said you were in pain. You were telling me you were dying.
No, I was not in pain. I was uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What were we talking about? You were talking about something, and you were just like, you responded in such an angry way, and I was like, you're like, all you're doing is yapping, and I was like, Jesus. I was just trying to make conversation.
That is all you do. That is all you do.
Oh, yeah. You sent a meme, and I responded with a message, and you're like, and I was like, what the shit is that?
Yeah, you said something dumb, and I was like, this boy be yapping.
This boy, and I'm like, why? I was so sad. But I think... Yeah, it was really unfortunate because I was I was just trying to make myself feel better because I was having an awful week. And then, sure enough, my friend, my home slice. Oh, I think that's where it came from too. Is I was also doing the Hat Kid custom. You're just like, those aren't stars, man.
There it is.
And I was just like, fuck.
No. I sent you
That was-
picked the tease of the Hot Toys
Right.
Wolverine crew, and you said Hot Toys cringe, and I said you always yapping. You said what? And I sent a gif of like, oh, quit yapping. And you said you started yapping first. I'm just responding. I said I sent you news. You yapped. Call you Parappa the Yappa.
No, it was
I didn't know it was news. I don't appreciate this evilness. And I just sent a gif of Parappa the Rappa.
He's so
And
mean.
you said,
to me.
yeah, Molar man.
You had it coming. I'm sorry, Braden. You had it coming.
You did.
What the fuck?
You deserved it.
It was
You want
some news, and you were like, "That's cringe."
Do you want to talk about the Hot Toys Deadpool and Wolverine figures?
But you don't gotta be what good. He has a. If you say that's cringe, he has the right to call you a yapper.
I don't buy Hot Toys. I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right. Well, I don't watch.
We talked about the
read
Deadpool and
One Piece.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
That was big
That's
news
true.
when it got revealed.
That's true. You guess you're right. Yeah. It's weird that we talk about Hot Toys actually because we don't buy them except for Lay. I guess Lay's the only one who buy, and even then he only buys like Stormtrooper #2 and Bobby.
Hello everybody and welcome to the All Things Geek podcast. My name is Tyler, also known as Bionic Aside, joined by the man whose name starts with a B.
Braden or Rinsolian.
And the man whose name starts with a T.
Thatch Mac or Renzolian.
You dirty creep. All right.
You wanna talk to us about plunderlings?
Yes, we've got ourselves a very fun week for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of reveals, lots of crazy stuff, as opposed to last week, which was a bit shorter on the scale there. We got some shows to talk about, but I'll start us off, of course.
About how bad of a week it is. News-wise, good week.
News-wise, well, it didn't pick up till later, honestly. There was little inklings here and there, but... Okay, the first major thing I want to talk about is Legion's Con was happening, as we previously discussed with the big-ass dragon, and... Plunderling boys were there, and usually they have their own big setup, and they usually throw in a little teaser. Last year, I believe they revealed the lizard thing. This year, we got a little bit more context behind what that lizard might be coming with. That being a weird, four-armed frog alchemist guy. Completely threw me off left field. Couldn't
I don't know about a
tell.
frog. It gave me more like Cthulhu vibes, because it's got like...
I guess.
He's got frog feet for sure, though.
He's got frog feet. I think the frog feet and the dots on his arms and stuff, that was kind of giving me frog vibes. I don't know what the mask is all about. I don't know if he's like a weird Cthulhu guy or if he just breathes through multiple.
He's definitely squid-like because he's got 4 arms.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's amphibious.
Yes, he's nebulously amphibious.
He is. Yeah. He's got a cool bionicle mask on. I mean, this is interesting. I don't know what this is gonna like. I don't know where this is going. I don't know if this is gonna be multiple different recolors of these figures or what. The lizard mount is awesome. I want that. This guy looks really dope. He comes with a bunch of like bottles. Like one has a piece of coral in it. The other has a mushroom in it. That's just some great stuff there. And he comes with a slingshot. I mean, he's got like this big old like seat to sit on with the lizard, so it's awesome. We don't have any information beyond that, but we should hopefully be hearing something. I doubt this year, probably next year, but who knows.
Yeah, I wonder if this will have a dedicated Kickstarter.
I would assume. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they will just throw it on Big Bad Toy Store or something.
Yeah, because how would you do? Because I mean, you reveal one guy, like let's say they're just doing the lizard. You'd be like, all right, you can back the lizard guy, but there's like a purple lizard and a blue lizard, and that's what I thought it was going to be. Right, it was like several different lizards, like for each of the different whatever clans or whatever. But then when you have 2 guys together, it's like, well, how the hell does that work? Is it interchangeable? Do you back it and then the one and the one? Or that feels more like also how specialized that forearm guy is. Yeah. You know.
Yeah,
feels
if it was a wave, I would get it, but it's not. So.
Well, and Plunderlings they've made their money they've made their money back, so they can afford to just drop something like this on Big Bad or something like that. Nothing wrong with that. Or
and also,
entertainment
think of the price tag. It's going to be a lot, probably. Big.
Oh, that lizard alone is going to be like $70 or $60, $70 probably.
I mean, I don't think it will be the lizard alone. I think it'll be the 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the lizard alone. So throw in a little guy there, you got yourself a hefty price tag there, buddy. I don't mind. I'm there. I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
The Plunder World. Where's Plunder at? I thought they were going to do a
Plunderette is dead, dude. Plunderette died.
Her
They won't
name's
make her canon.
Plundita, actually.
Plunderita.
Plunderita. Plunderetio. All right.
Started the nonsense.
Plundutio. Okay. So I guess we should just jump into the SHF reveals because
let's start with the weakest link because they
you want to
revealed
start?
a lot.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
So first and foremost, a Nicolas Cage action figure. Nobody cares.
Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Brother, I won't even lie. I'm actually...
That looks nothing like how he looks in the movie at all. Like, what?
No.
Did I miss something? When did he get weird, like, tight?
He looks like a Revoltech.
Yeah. Well, like, look at his pants. I do not recall him having pants like that in the movie at all. The hell did that?
Oh, you're right. He does have like weird like holster pants. Like he's got like thigh high boots. That's really strange.
I do not recall that.
Well, I came out of this experience thinking he looked pretty good. Maybe that's in the second movie.
Also, I'm sorry.
He's got knee-high boots, but then he's also got weird pants that have lines and stuff.
Oh, he's got like...
Also, I do not like that coat. It is way too big. It's
like a bathrobe.
It does look like a bathrobe. Oh man, I kind of like this.
Look at how big the cuffs are. That's crazy.
That's what I kind of like that they were huge. I don't know. I know it looks silly, but I kind of liked how big they were. This was actually one that I was kind of thinking because I sold my Marvel. All right. Well, I sold my Marvel Legends, so I was kind of thinking like, oh, maybe I'll go for this one. But he's gonna be like $200 with Spider-Ham, so forget about it.
Forget about it.
Only assuming that knockoff brand company doesn't cover him, because if they do, then I'll probably just grab him. He's gonna be like what, $30? Yeah, I'll go for it, no problem.
There you go. One that I am slightly tempted by. They revealed I don't know what Zentai is called, but RPM Red Ranger, as far as I'm concerned, and he looks great. Hasbro only made the Yellow Ranger for this team, and I love this team. So
Hasbro's dead now.
We'll see. Yeah, Hasbro murdered Power Rangers unceremoniously.
Like they do everything else.
Yep. Everything they touch withers and dies. We all know.
Yep. Except for Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah. You wanna send the Berserk stuff?
Yes, sure. So they did they're doing more Berserk figures.
Mm-hmm.
They did. I definitely saved a photo of them. I don't know where. Oh no, did I delete? No, there it is. Found it. Haha.
Did I delete?
They're doing a Golden Age arc. Guts and Casca. I don't really like the way Guts looks. He's got a weird face. I can't describe it. He has a very like ogre like face. I don't know if that makes sense. He looks kind of like a
he looks more like a woman.
He's got very pretty features, but he's also got a very wide face. I don't know. Something throwing me. I don't like that out.
What's this? Berserk, right?
Yeah, this is Berserk.
Interesting.
I feel also bad because they look really good, but I can't guarantee that. Like, Casca's articulation doesn't look very good, assuming nothing in the torso moves. That's pretty lame. And I assume there's like a
joint.
It'll be at the bottom.
The
But that's it.
and the armor, yeah.
Yeah, but like, come on, you gotta start doing the diaphragm. Come on, do the diaphragm. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a tried and true. It's a tried and true technique. What?
Maybe I'm crazy. Well, you can't really see it too well, but Casca's skin tone looks a little too bright.
It is. That's what people were complaining about. That.
Yeah, it looks like
She's a little to be darker.
Oh yeah. She's. I'm surprised. You know Thatch. She's a
big Berserk fan.
He's #1 Berserk fan here.
I've watched a few video essays.
I've watched a couple 100,000 hours.
I'm educated on the subject, thank you.
He just needed to confirm if he was ever going to watch it or read it, and he can confirm that, no, I'm never interested in doing that. No, I mean, they look good. They look like some good fantasy D&D fodder.
Casca in particular looks like she looks tiny, So she looks
She
like
is
she'd make
tiny.
a good like halfling fighter.
Oh,
Cleric
absolutely.
or something.
Not my favorite look for Guts, so I probably won't get it. I wish the first figure was better.
I wonder if this is going to be a 2-pack or if there'll be individual releases, and if
They
so,
don't
how
do
much is
2-packs
it going
very
to cost?
often.
'Cause, I mean, they do sometimes.
The Berserk line in particular, every figure's been over $100. Even
I mean, it's only
what's
been
his
3
pickle?
figures so far.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I guess maybe 4 if they release the ogre guy.
They're doing well. They've got the
And the witch
magic
woman,
girl.
those are
Yeah,
out.
she's out. She's like 100 something. So yeah, she's expensive.
Is
They're
this
all
the
expensive.
first time they've done Casca?
Yes.
That's nuts. Shouldn't that be
I
like
know.
the second figure they do? Like,
Well,
No,
they were
did-
doing. They were.
did
They were.
Guts, and then they did Armored Guts, and then they did Griffith, and all 3 of them sucked as far
Griffith
as I
and his
understand.
horse, his stupid giant
Yeah,
horse,
his
which made
shitty statue horse that doesn't do anything.
it like $200 for some reason. And then they're doing Shirke, Isidro, and then what is the Zod? They're doing Zod. Yeah, he looks awesome. Yeah, General Zod. I think he is literally named General Zod.
He will find him.
Yes, he will. So yeah, he looks cool.
Very cool. There was also a video game character from the Persona people. Yes.
Yeah, yes. Let me send it. It is Metaphor. I hate the name of this game. Metaphor Refantasio. Just sounds like words. Like they pulled words out of their ass to make that title. I haven't played it. The game looks gorgeous. I'm only bringing this up though because I do not care about this thing yet. I'm sure I'll be into the game like heavily like a year from now. But I'm only bringing this up because I really hope that they get the Persona license. That'd be a game changer because I'm done with my Figmas. They're cool, but they're just sitting there and they're just so tiny and fragile, and I just don't want to. I don't even want to look at them no more.
They are kind of ugly looking too.
They are ugly.
My guy's like, oh, Metaphor Refantasio is just such a terrible name. He literally said earlier, Plunderitio. They're literally you.
Yeah, it's true. They hired me to make the title for this game. I'm actually under obligation. I'm gonna have to cut this out of the episode because I'm under obligation not to talk about that. But anyways, I hope they do Persona. If not, that it exists. So cool.
What's next? There's Lord of the Rings. There was One Piece. What do you want to say for last?
You want to talk about Lord of the Rings?
Sure thing, boo.
Aiden would be losing his mind if he was here.
I wish he was here. God.
Aiden is dead, unfortunately, this week. So
He passed away tragically in a vicious slapping accident.
mauling, a vicious mauling.
It was
A bear-
accident.
he was mauled by a bear.
The bear slapped him. while
SH Figure
mauling.
Arts Lord of the Rings reveals. We got
Lawful.
Frodo, we got Aragorn, and we got Smeagol with Frodo, as well as Legolas, and I don't remember their names, but
Era,
from
I think her name is.
something like that. From the War of Rohirrim animated movie. I'm gonna find out their names right now.
Hera and Wolf, I believe, or Hera, or something like that.
I think it's
we got a
Hera.
weird. Yeah, Hera and Wolf.
Let me just double check.
Wolf with a U. Wolf.
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 Yeah, Hera and Wolf. All of these look fantastic. I'm very excited for all of them. Aragorn looks... His hair isn't as disheveled as it probably should be, but he does look really good. Frodo looks great. He's not my favorite Hobbit, but I'm excited nonetheless because he's the main character of the main trilogy. Smeagol, not Gollum. This is very specifically Smeagol.
Interesting.
Is a little statuette with a cute little expression. He's just, he's a little dude.
I'm sad
And
about that.
then Legolas, we only have one photo so far, but he's looking quite nice. I'm very excited for that. I was literally saying last episode, oh my god, what if they did a Legolas? They were doing Legolas. I'm very
They just kind of
excited.
threw him. They kind of threw him in there. They were kind of just like, here you go.
They just kind of dropped him out of nowhere. And then Hera and Wolf look great. I already have custom ideas for Hera, so I am excited for that as well. Wolf, I'm sure I'll do something with. I don't the character design isn't a character that I care to have on the shelf as is, so that one I'll get and turn into a custom. Hera, I'll probably get 2 and then turn one into a custom.
He looks like a Castlevania character. He looks
does.
like a later Castlevania character. He looks like
Trevor Belmont's boring cousin.
So how long?
Richard Belmont.
How long you guys reckon before McFarlane or Hasbro or someone gets their hands on Lord of the Rings as a license?
Oh, McFarlane already has Lord of the Rings, so they're probably they would make figures first.
They already have Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, because they're doing
did
shitty
shitty 4-inch fucking War Rohirrim figures that look like dog shit. So I don't think they're gonna make actual action figures.
Well, if they did, then there you go. Like they have the license already.
I don't think they have the license to make 7-inch figures. Because Diamond Select is doing 7-inch figures.
Diamond has them right now. That's right. That's why.
And I wouldn't trust Hasbro to do it because they did D&D figures and then immediately pissed off. So
that's what would happen. It'd be like Indie or it'd be like D&D. You know,
they drop like 10, 12, maybe 20 figures, and then they're like, "Oh, we're out. Goodbye forever."
Yeah, they do 1 year of it and be like, "Nope, all right, the sales weren't astronomically high, so we're done."
Yep.
Yeah, and they would get the Black Series team to make it, so the figures wouldn't be and the figures wouldn't be as good.
So fun. Don't start. Nope, we're moving on. Fuck, getting just pissed off.
Yeah.
One Piece.
I can talk about One Piece. Okay. So before the show, by the way, I didn't know these shows are. I don't know when these shows are happening. So they just kind of come out of nowhere for me, and it's like, okay, cool. So they started off the week. I think this was Sunday or Saturday, one of the 2 days. I'm pretty sure it was. I feel like this was Sunday. They showed off, Egghead Luffy. Egghead. They showed off Egghead Luffy. This is something that I called. Nobody else was like, well, I'm sure other people were saying it, but I remember distinctly being like, oh, they're probably going to make an Egghead Luffy pretty soon because Egghead's the current arc in the anime. But I didn't think it'd be so soon. Got a little bit of conflicting thoughts on this one. This is the pre-orders, I believe, go up on the 18th, so we don't have all the information yet. But as far as we know, this is a budget release, 35 USD, like the other Luffys. And then I hear he only comes with a couple faceplates and, I think 2 sets of hands or something, which is very low for a Luffy, for an SH Figure Arts in general. Like, they usually have a lot more than that. I'm okay about that. If they got to keep the price down, that's fine. But why not just go all out for this release? Why not throw in stretchy arms? Because I'm sure they want to do DLC, but why not just come on, just throw it all in. I don't really see what the problem with that is. I don't know if I love the engineering going on with the lower part of the jacket. It looks a little bit goofy. I don't really know what else you could do. I guess you could do soft goods, but that would look really awkward. So I get what they were trying to go for. It works for me.
Goofy, to be fair.
I know. It could have been done slightly better, of course, but the One Piece team always has a couple little tiny missteps, little tiny nitpicks and stuff like that. One of the photos that they showed, which I actually don't think I have here, is him in a kicking pose, and it is a direct pose taken from a manga panel where he's kicking one of the admirals, Kizaru. So I went, oh, maybe Kizaru will be the next figure, or one of the next few figures. Still could be, but they definitely isn't planned as of right now, or isn't on the list, because there are so many other figures they revealed instead. We came to this week, and oh my god, I shat my pants. So, like I said, I had just opened up all my Supersonics. I was in this happy state, and I was still getting over it emotionally. I was still like, hey, I'm feeling good. And then I see they're dropping the Lord of the Rings figures. Ty's all like, yes, this is awesome. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I get a message from Ty, sends post from Instamashi, Bray, all caps. That's when I know a One Piece figure is coming, when he says Bray, because he always does that. And I love it. They send
somehow you never you see everything they post before me unless it's a One Piece figure.
That's true. I don't know how that's possible. Let me send a better photo. Hold on. I mean, it's the same photo, but it's just without my dumb text on there. So it's the exact same photo. Okay, fuck you then. God damn it to shit.
So
Whatever.
like, I mean, I'm losing my mind.
You have to understand, when this got revealed, I couldn't even comprehend what I was feeling at the time. I felt numb. Everything went numb, and I was just like, oh, they're doing like one of my most requested figures of the line. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's gonna be giant. Oh, he has a soft goods cape. Oh, he's gonna be like fucking $200-$300. Oh, you know. So I'm obviously extremely happy. It's great to finally get another villain in the line. This is the second villain, and of course they go with this big old bastard. In the display case, they had a Gear 5 Luffy next to him, and he seems slightly under what he should be size-wise, but Kaido's also way smaller than he should be. So I honestly don't care. And also, One Piece characters change sizes every frame. So, like, who cares, right? As long as you don't have a character like Zoro 10 feet taller than Luffy, you know, then I'm good. I mean, I'm so happy. He looks great. I really hope they throw in some cool effects with him. I have a feeling they won't, but I feel like you got to give him at least one shadow hand. You got to give him one big cracky hand for his earthquake powers. I would be so happy. They did show another one of his faces where he's laughing too, and it looks so good. I mean, I can't guarantee that he didn't have like the greatest articulation or stability, but Cloth Goods Cape is a huge improvement, by the way. So good job, guys. You learned from your Kaido lesson, thank God. And then if that wasn't enough, like a little baby genius, some baby geniuses were out there were finding photos from early pre-show where they were zooming in on displays, and they're doing East Blue Sanji and Usopp, and I was like, come on. And thankfully we got better pictures of them in the display, and also Tamashii just posted pictures of them on their own. Now, Usopp is my favorite One Piece character, specifically pre-time skip Usopp. So, yes, please. He looks pretty damn perfect. I don't have a lot of complaints. I will admit it is weird not seeing the goggles on his head. That is a very... Well, I know why they're not on his head, because this is the Romance Dawn stuff, and he didn't get his goggles till later, so I get that. But at the same time, it is very strange. I would rather them just throw in the goggles, because I'm so used to seeing him with goggles on his head. But other than that, he looks perfect. Sanji basically looks like a retool of the other. Well, I mean, it is a new figure, but it's got very similar engineering, which I don't love, because that figure's... I mean, he's okay. But his shoulders are weird. He's got like really bizarre shoulder caps where you can't lift his arm up. You have to spin it around. It's really bizarre. I don't like the engineering on that at all. But he looks good. He looks like Sanji. And seeing all of the original crew together is awesome. I'm so glad that they're pumping these guys out. Obviously, right now I think Blackbeard's top priority. Then it's Usopp. Then Egghead Luffy, then probably Sanji. Sanji and Egghead Luffy are kind of swapping right now, but that's my list right now. Suffice to say, I'm really happy, and I'm still trying to emotionally recover from it all, because it just made me realize, next year is not going to be any cheaper. It's going to be just as expensive as this year was, so that's cool. It is what it is, though, I guess. But yeah. God damn it.
All right.
Sorry for yapping, boys.
No, you're all good.
Moving on. Something about Lego Sony.
What pray tell we talk about it?
Oh, Lego Sony. Okay, so out of left field, I guess not totally out of left field, because there is a Lego Spider-Verse Spot versus Miles Morales set coming out early next year. I believe it's a January release, and everyone was like, "Oh wow, now you do as Lego always does. Now you do Spider-Verse sets." Okay.
Yeah.
Also, it's going to be obscenely overpriced. It's going to be like $50 for some reason, which is insane. And now that this has been announced, I feel like you probably don't need to get it. But but that was a little like, I guess they're going to start doing Spider-Verse sets. Interesting, you know? And then I actually was just talking to Braid. I don't even know if it was on the podcast or what, but I was like, oh, I wonder when they're going to do another Lego Marvel minifigure series. And we rationed that it could be next year. But we were like, we'll see what happens. And to most people's shock, they are doing it's specifically called Sony's collectible minifigure series was what the original thing said. But then everyone's saying it's Spider-Verse focused. So my confusion is I still think 99% chances is 100% the two Spider-Verse movies. 99% chance. And this is reputable, so it's definitely happening. But there's a 1% chance that Spider-Verse is a vague enough term where it could refer to the animated movies, but it could also refer to anything Spider-Man specific, you know? There's like room for interpretation there. And the fact that it says Sony's collectible minifigure series is weird. So it makes me think that there's a 1% chance this could be some sort of weird live action Sony Spider-Man movie series. You know, Spider-Man movie, like maybe it has Venom, and maybe it has some missing Raimi figures, or maybe it has like Morbius. Again, I doubt that what's going to happen. I'm 99% sure it's going to be Spider-Verse focused, especially because the set coming out. So yeah, so this is cool because it's like, oh my god, it's a Lego Spider-Man minifigure series, and I'm like, that's the dream come true. The issue with this, from my perspective, is when I look at something like this, I like the Spider-Verse movies well enough. I like the first one more than the second one, but I'm not crazy about either of them, and that's not a conversation for right now. That's not a conversation for right now. But so I'm kind of like, it just being Spider-Verse is not enough for me to be like, yippee! Really get all the Spider-Verse characters. When I see something like this, I'm like, okay, what new characters are we gonna get that we haven't gotten for this Lego Spider-Man overall? Does that make sense? Like missing characters, holes. What holes will this fill up? And unfortunately, it's not going to fill too many because most of the Spider-Verse cast has gotten a comic rendition in Lego before. We've gotten a million Gwens, a million Miles. We've even gotten Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham, and we've gotten Spider-Man 2099. I have all these. The only one I don't have is Spider Noir because that figure's awful. But you know, we already have all of the main characters from this. We even have a Scarlet Spider figure already. You know, I think we actually have a couple. Could be wrong. No, we have a couple. And so, and then looking at the villains, Spot would be new, so that's cool. And then Kingpin is possible, but unlikely given his design. It would be cool. Look, if they made a Kingpin minifigure and it's just a bald guy in a suit, I'd still be like, finally, we have some kind of Kingpin. You know, like, you know, at least it's something. But they probably just won't do Kingpin, I suspect. Olivia Octavius, which is cool, but again, we already have Doc Ock, so not that crazy. And then everyone kind of falls off from there. So, like, we could get a Tombstone. He's in the movie. That'd be sick. I doubt we will, you know. We could get, I guess, their weird version of Scorpion, that god-awful Scorpion design from the first movie we could get. But more than likely, what we will get is all of the main cast, which will take up, there's so many of them, it'll take up like half the series, you know.
You'll get a Spider-Punk.
A new 20. Yep, Spider-Man India. Spider-Punk would be great because he is a comic character that does not have a minifigure yet. The design would not match, but I mean, it would at least, I'm looking for anything here. You know what I mean? 2099 would be nice just because the old 2099 figure is really hard to come by and also not that good. But again, it's the Spider. So I'm still probably going to get all these guys, but to me, it's like the utility of, oh, we're finally getting a Spider minifigure series. To me, my first reaction is, oh my god, we haven't gotten a classic Rhino. We haven't gotten a classic Electro. We haven't gotten a classic Shocker. We haven't even gotten a classic Lizard. You know what I mean? But all that stuff likely won't be in this. So it's exciting, especially if you like Spider-Verse, but from someone who's been collecting Legos, I used to get every single Lego Spider-Man set. I don't anymore because, goddamn, I would have a million Venomized figures. But to me, this doesn't feel like it's going to complete my collection really any more than it already was that much. But I'm still probably going to get them because it'll be cool. And they'll be really good minifigures. Like the Peter B figure will probably be a really great Spider-Man, you know, like just with all the printing. All of them are going to be really well made because they're like their minifigure series. But it's kind of on the fence. There's a chance we get a spectacular Spider-Man figure from the show. I doubt we will, but we could. That'd be kind of cool, you know. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm still gonna get them all, and I'm sure they're gonna be really good, and most people will love them. But I have a very unique perspective of I'm looking. Where's my classic lizard? Where's my classic this? And you know, that's not really what this will be, unfortunately. So that's my thesis. About
Sony
that.
has to always do Sony stuff where they always gotta do
almost
something weird.
I almost would like it more if it was Sony live action movies based.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, but then you know, we don't have a Madam Web. You know what I mean? We have like 2 Cravens, and they haven't happened in a long time. You know, and shit, if they did retroactively go back and like a classic Raimi Goblin or a symbiote Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3 or something, I mean, I think that'd be cool. But I don't think that's what this is. So, yeah,
It'd be cool though.
Yeah. Okay. We got some new MCU trailers. Cap 4, Thunderbolts, and What If. Cap 4, you know, same stuff pretty much. We got a few more good looks at Red Hulk, which is cool.
I won't lie with that trailer. I won't even lie to you. That trailer is trying to be so like epic. You know, it's trying to be so like they cut into like the white text like like it's like okay, all right. Yeah. I don't think the movie's gonna be like that cool, but you know it was a good trailer. I was kind of like, oh shit, it's making this movie look probably way better than it will be. So the marketing's working, but if you go down to the comments, everyone's just like, how can Sam fight Red Hulk? He had no super soldier serum. That is every comment. Every single comment.
That's definitely not every comment.
Oh, it is.
Nope,
dude,
there's a lot of racy comments.
Oh, well, that too. Yeah. Okay. So it's just mostly negative. Mostly negative comments.
Those two things go hand in hand. It's like the things you're saying, they lead in. You know.
It just it's the guy's next conversation. It's the next topic he brings up after someone argues.
No super soldier serum, and two,
he's
blood.
It's just it's well, it's weird to me. So everyone's a lot more evil nowadays because of. I'm not going to talk too much about politics, but what I will say, though, is when there's an election, everyone becomes the cartoon character version of themselves on social media, and they just start spewing insanity, you know? And so we had like 5 years where nobody gave a shit that Sam Wilson was Captain America. Everyone, like, I'm sure some people were upset, but generally people were like, okay. And because everyone's the cartoon version of themselves, now everyone's angry that he's Captain America. And it's like, he's been Captain America for like 4 years, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm sure there's lots of people who didn't know because it was on a Disney Plus show. Whereas this is
sure. Well, but he was in Endgame. He holds it in Endgame. You should know. People should know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just silly, and it just shows that people are like, oh, you only care about this for the principle or whatever, like whatever ideology, you know. So it's annoying. I don't know, man. Everyone's like, oh, pretty good trailer, and it's well edited, I guess, but I just can't get excited for this movie because it's just not a Captain America movie, and there's so much shit in it. I don't know what it's about, man. I don't know if Red Hulk's the main villain or the leader's the villain. You know what I know he's the villain. But the trailer presents it like Red Hulk's the villain. That's how they present it in the trailer, you know.
Well, there's too much going on, and it feels
there's a lot.
Yeah,
they show that eternal giant hand coming out of the ground, celestial, and it's like, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. How does that factor into this? And this.
Let us not forget, there's a whole Serpent Society plot that may or may not even be in this movie. They're probably not. They probably cut it out.
They're also still doing reshoots for it, which is
my god,
that's really bad.
All right, yeah, that's not good. This movie might be. I'm sure the Red Hulk scenes will be cool.
I think Leia was also saying that the test screening reactions were like really bad.
Yeah, is that why they're doing reshoots right now? Is that they're like, oh boy, we gotta clean up.
Yeah. That's a very they probably test screened it, saw negative responses, and are now going in to like change things. You know,
it's too late, man. You're gonna have
So get ready for every video essay to be like the original version of Captain America 4 you didn't see.
The Captain America 4 they don't want you to see.
A version that would have been shitty because there's Serpent Society wrestlers running around.
No, I agree. Where it's not. I don't know.
They just have never known what to do with this movie. Unfortunately.
Also, Red Hulk looks worse, like CGI wise, every time I see him. He looks slightly worse. Like he gets it. Like the CGI goes down. First time I saw him, I was like, okay, fine. You know,
they were showing him less.
Like, and now this time I'm like, ugh. There's a shot of him like stepping into the screen, and it looks super gummy to me. It's just so weird. I don't know.
Maybe I'm blinded. I think I'm just happy to see a big dumb red Harrison Ford running around.
The design is cool. I'm just talking about like the rendering and the effects, and, like you know, stuff. Yeah,
that'll probably be the best part.
Yeah.
Of the movie. You're just gonna watch the scenes on YouTube though. At that point. I go, that's pretty cool.
I was saying this at the beginning, but honestly, it's been so long since Incredible Hulk, and also it's Incredible Hulk. I just don't know who they think like cares about, you know, the leader returning or you know, guy turning into Red Hulk finally. I mean, dude, it's been so long. The original actor passed away. They didn't do it. Like they missed. I feel like a lot of these moments are
casual audiences aren't even going to realize it's supposed to be the same character.
No, they're not. And it's been too long for someone like when I was 13 I cared, but I'm not. I'm 22 now. So I'm like it's been so long. Also, the Hulk's not in it. You know, it's like I just feel like too little, too late, and in the wrong movie. Like the wrong movie for these.
It's trying so hard to be a Hulk movie when it's not a Hulk movie.
Mm-hmm. It just feels like they're shoving different movies,
and they're introducing vibranium, and they're talking about
adamantium.
Adamantium, yeah. It's like
gotcha.
I don't know. Again, it just feels too little, too late, and too much.
Too much, too little, too late.
I mean, we're probably headed towards an imminent reboot after Secret Wars, so why even introduce adamantium at this point?
Yeah, we'll see how that functions in the I don't know.
I'm sure the introduction of this movie
I'm sure if they do the reboot and they want to continue the adamantium plot line, I think what they will do is they will just, wherever it comes from, they will just maintain that is still in this universe. You know? I think this reboot thing, we don't need to, this is a whole other conversation. But whenever we get to the reboot thing, it's going to be like a messy, like, certain canon is held, certain
reboot, it's gonna be like a DC ass reboot where it's everything you like happened.
I think
but everything you don't like didn't happen.
I also think they're gonna do a younger Iron Man, but that's
I think they're gonna do a younger Iron Man. I mean, a new Cap, a new white Cap.
Which is not going to be a good look.
Thor. One movie and then bye.
But even that Spider-Man storyline I'm reading right now is set in a soft rebooted world, and Iron Man is younger in it. So I just have this really strong feeling that they're kind of they do that. They do that in the comics. They will seed something. You know what I mean?
The Ultimate MCU.
Do you know about the recent developments with that Ultimate Iron Man?
No, I don't.
Okay, I won't say anything.
Don't spoil. Yeah.
Interesting.
It doesn't happen in the Spider-Man comic. It happens in the Ultimates comic, but
I don't really care. You can tell me.
Yeah, they killed him. Hulk kills him.
Oh, he's dead now?
He's dead.
Oh my god. Cool. All right. Classic Ultimates moment right there. God.
Yeah.
They should just not make a comic called
Blob ate Wasp.
Yes, exactly. Oh god.
It's fucking stupid. Yeah, okay. Well, Thunderbolts trailer, a movie that does actually look kind of fucking epic. I can't wait. It looks so good. Bucky, despite his stupid haircut, it looks rad.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm excited to see Bucky again.
I have less to say about this one. It looks cool.
It looks really fun. It looks like it's just gonna be.
It looks
fun.
like it knows more what it is than at least Cap 4.
Yes.
Which is
looks like there's a vision here. I will say, I am livid that fucking Val bought Avengers Tower. That is the dumbest option you could have picked. They clearly did not know what to do with that And they were like, I guess Val. Dude.
Well, maybe at a certain point they were like, "Oh, the Fantastic Four."
I'm sure for a moment they were like, "Oh, we'll do something with that," and then the Fantastic Four got rebooted, a different universe, and then Daredevil got So I'm sure they were just
everyone knows that it goes 1, 2, 3, Val, 4.
Yeah,
that's how you count.
Yeah,
that's why they were like, fun. We can't wait to show you what comes next.
It looks fun. Red Guardian's line to Bucky about which super serum did you get? I don't know, regular Hydra, and he goes, "Oh, fancy!" That's Hydra fancy. I think that's fun.
Yeah, that's great. It's gonna be a really fun ensemble cast.
I think they're hiding the third act from this movie, like totally. Like I think the entire third act we are not seeing. Like
I think we're seeing a lot of the second act, and Taskmaster's nowhere to be seen, so I'm pretty sure she's already dead.
She's dead. Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised they're not doing the classic Marvel CGI in character moment.
They might. They totally.
Just a PNG of Taskmaster behind them.
Well, okay. To be fair, they usually do the opposite, where they CGI out characters. So it's interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a Sentry in his Sentry costume in some of these scenes that they have CGI'd out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that'll be fun to see. I hope he does full costume because it would be a wasted opportunity not to.
I hope he does. I'm curious. I'm so curious what the lore of Sentry's going to be in the MCU because his lore in the comics it's changed a lot, but I'll just tell Braden just to give you one version of his backstory. At one point his backstory was that he was in the Avengers and in every major battle, and then his like Peter Parker style, everyone's memory of him got erased, so he went crazy because no one believed him that he was there. So I don't think that's what they're going to do, but just so you know the weirdness of that character,
but also
it could get weird.
He did it to himself because he has like multiple personality disorder.
Yes.
And so he erased himself from continuity by like having amnesia.
Yes. Yeah. It's really weird.
It's very odd. I feel like they can't do that because that's basically what happened with Spider-Man.
Well, I feel like they could because it is what happened.
What happened with Spider-Man.
Yeah, like the mechanic is set up, So
interesting.
I don't know. But can you imagine, like, I don't think this is going to be in the movie, but there's a universe where there's a scene where it's a montage of the entire MCU, and they CG Sentry into it.
It's a fucking Puss in Boots, Humpty Dumpty-ass scene where he just reveals himself.
Yes.
He was actually there in the Avengers 1 turnaround shot where it's figuring out, and he's just there, like...
He's in the center of the circle, like,
Yeah. That would be really funny if they just cut to all this like Avengers movies and he's just there. He is. He's right there.
They cut to Deadpool and Wolverine and he's right next to them.
And then you go back on Disney Plus and those movies have been edited since to have Sentry.
Fun fact, by the way, we did just learn that gag was going to be in Deadpool 3 where they were going to CG him into old Marvel movies and they cut it. And I'm not saying they cut it for Sentry, but how funny would it be if that's why they cut it? Because they're
that would be good. That'd be pretty good.
That'd be interesting. Just expect it, I guess, huh?
Yeah. What other trailers were there? Was that it?
It was What If.
It was What If as well.
Oh. Yeah, the only thing I care about 3 things in What If. Sorry, I'm talking a lot, boys. I apologize.
Podcast, brother. That's what you do.
I care about...
This guy's yapping.
From a primal level, I care about the Moon Knight mech because it's so fucking stupid and awesome. I love that. I want a Lego of that.
I like that they turn into a Megazord. That's fun.
Yep, that's cool. And then I like the I don't know how it's gonna work, but I'm excited to see Storm in it. That's cool. Her wielding Mjolnir is redundant, but cool, I guess. It's cool to be. Yeah, I buy she could wield it, but does she need it? You know what I mean? And then the thing that has me most excited, not excited, but just satisfied is I have been wanting them to do a backstory for the Watcher for a while now, and they have not done it, and it looks like we're finally going to get an MCU backstory for that guy, where they're actually going to explain his oath and also ideally, because the creators of What If have hinted that they were going to explain the Watcher cut like cameo in Guardians. They've been like, we're aware of that. We have plans for that. I'm hoping that this will tie to that, and they'll finally be able to contextualize Uatu and everything in this. I that's what I've been waiting for. It's the only long overarching story I think they ever should have had, and it doesn't even need to be one. It's just one episode about him is all I wanted, and it looks like we'll get some version of his backstory finally. So at least there's that,
I have a feeling that the 3 Watchers we do see are going to be the antagonists of this season.
Yes.
Because they're going to be like, hey, Uatu's fucking shit up. Fuck you.
Yeah, long overdue. He's intervened too many times.
Hater, seeker, and reviewer.
What do you think about the supposed Mysterio being in the season?
I don't know what to make of it because I have no context for it. I heard them say that there was some Far From Home in season 2 at one point. They mentioned that, and then there wasn't, So I suspect that this is that whatever that was. This is that, I don't think he's going to be a major part of an episode. I imagine he'll be like a moment, but we'll see. I love Mysterio, so exciting.
This whole show has been just like gimped around,
Yes, it has.
It is a gimp show. If I've ever.
I'm also mad. I feel like this season is just now introducing like the Moon Knight and having Storm and now Mysterio. It feels like they're finally getting past the phase 1 through 3 thing where they just did what ifs about phase 1 through 3, and I'm sad because I wanted this the whole time. I wanted a whole what if episode about the villains at the end of Spider-Man. Like, what happened to them in their universes? You know what I mean? Like, that would have been freaking awesome. Or a whole what if episode about, everyone always says this, but what if the other half snapped? It doesn't look like we're ever going to get that, which is insane. That's crazy. Yeah. That's nuts. I can't believe that.
Bizarre.
Yeah, what if only 6 of the heroes snapped? What then?
That's it. Just six people are gone.
Yeah,
all right.
The only ones that were left were basically the 6, which were the core Avengers.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Bunch of randos.
So, but oh well. It's sad that it's ending. I feel like it never reached its potential, but at least we're getting Storm, I guess, and some other cool stuff. But
yeah,
if anything, you'll get some cool episodes with a Peggy plot point that you don't care about.
Yeah.
I know, right? I hope they don't.
With Peggy's plot.
Oh no.
I hope they don't do the style of crossover they did last time, where it's like, oh, what if she had this epic thing and this cool thing and this ability and the Infinity Stones were on her suit? And I hope they don't.
What if she was Camilio?
Yeah, pretty much. I hope they don't do that anymore. I don't. It's stupid.
She's gonna become super. Who's the girl from the season 2 that everyone loves? The blue one.
I think her name's Kahori.
American.
Kahori,
I think.
Kaori.
Like that.
Irie.
Yeah.
Blue.
Blue Tilda here. She's gonna come back and she's gonna defeat all the Watchers and say some cool.
Yeah, she's gonna pop their big old brains.
I hope.
And then Killmonger's gonna come back and say, "I want this."
Fucking Killmonger.
He's gonna make a grand return
joke in the second season.
Oh, I never watched season 2. I watched season 1 and then I just haven't seen.
Not very good.
The nice thing about it is that these will be out every day. So
that's true.
It was fun to watch it every day.
Is it every day? I thought it was just gonna be an all at once thing.
No, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be every day.
22nd.
They only said the 22nd, but they haven't. But that to me reads like we're gonna do this. Why would you release?
No,
it?
they said every episode till like Christmas or something, right? That's what they said.
No. I suspect if it's releasing the 22nd, just like it did last year, my assumption would be it's the same setup. But that's just me assuming. Yeah.
Unless they just want to get it over with and they're just like, ugh.
Well, that's fine.
That's what I kind of assumed. Yeah.
Right.
But like, I don't know. I think they mishandled it. I think their approach to do it retroactively. I feel like they should have made it more contemporary. Like they should have been like, okay, what do people care about right now in the MCU? You know what I mean? And let's make episodes that are like using that. But
yeah, I mean, maybe it'll get some cool Marvel Legends like Storm,
Probably.
or maybe
You'll get some cool stuff, and then you'll get some stuff that you're like, why? I don't want this at all. Like you'll get like some random character that you're like, cool, peg warmer, epic. You know, that's what the show is. But
oh well,
same
it's
thing
cool.
for zombies next year as well.
Zombies will be all zombies. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, if they do some like zombies that could pass as, like army builders, that'd be fun.
That would be cool. I think we're gonna get a Spider-Man zombie, but we'll see.
Atari zombie.
Spider zombie.
Yeah.
Chitauri zombie.
That's the dumbest
Chitauri
idea you've ever
zombie.
had.
Yeah,
What do you
the
mean?
fuck? Why would you say that?
What? Because I just want them to make Chitauri figures because they haven't
Why
done it
put
yet.
a zombie specifically?
I don't know. It's their one chance to do it. Whatever.
No, it's not their one chance. They just did an army builder on Hasbro Pulse for the fucking whatever. The
Outliers.
The disgusting black creatures.
Outriders is what they're called.
Venoms. Everyone thought they were Venoms.
Yeah, they were symbiotes. They were symbiotes. Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on.
Too much talk about what if. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, whatever. Fantastic Four news.
Okay, so I take
nothing
issue
about
with
this.
how this is listed in the sacred list. Okay, screw
Why?
you, Braden, because this
Why?
isn't a leak. This isn't a leak. This was
It's
the
not?
official plot synopsis that they posted on their website. This is the antithesis.
I
of a leak.
haven't heard anything about this, so you're the first person to reveal this to me. It might as well be a leak to me.
I have an issue where this is placed on the list. This should have been before the trailers.
I don't
Yes.
freaking know. You always change it, but you didn't change it this time.
So let me
That's on you.
Other
let me
shit
pull
to
this
do.
up.
Uh-huh.
So let me pull this up. Let me send it in chat here.
pull it
So they posted the official plot synopsis for Fantastic Four,
You
right?
should have fixed it. It's on you.
Oh my goodness, y'all,
It's no common
Y'all.
sense, guy.
y'all.
I'm gonna
I-
strangle this little Canadian.
You didn't say
Alright.
anything, so how was I supposed to
Why
know?
would you split
Alright,
trailers
Why is
and then
this?
put
Nobody
photos
cares
after
about this.
trailers?
We want to hear about the topics, okay? Nobody wants to know about you guys arguing. Silly. You guys are silly.
I think
You're
some
both
people
pretty.
do, though.
You're both pretty. You're both pretty, okay?
I don't know about that.
Agree to
All right.
disagree.
So, they officially. I'm all flustered. God damn it! So they officially revealed the plot synopsis for Fantastic Four, right? And I'm gonna read it to you. This is the official synopsis. Set against the vibrant backdrop of a 1960s-inspired retro-futuristic world, forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bonds, the Fantastic Four must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic herald Silver Surfer. And if Galactus' plan to devour the entire planet and everyone on it weren't bad enough, it suddenly gets very personal. So, what I like about this synopsis is that it is extremely straightforward and tells us what we want to hear, right?
Mhm.
So sometimes we will hear something in about a superhero movie. We'll hear that this character will be in the third act, or Red Hulk will be in it, or something like that, or Kingpin is going to be in Hawkeye, right? And when we hear that, that's all we care about, right? And then the plot synopsis comes out, and it doesn't mention those things once. Doesn't mention Kingpin once, right? So then that sets the expectation that the only thing we cared about is not a very large portion of this show, and is going to be some kind of third act reveal thing. And then it feels like we were spoiled. It's either you're stuck either I was spoiled for something that wasn't ultimately that important to the show but would have been an exciting surprise, or man, I really wish that this version of the show that I created in my head based on this little piece of information is what the show was. What I like about this is everything in here is information we know about the movie and we want to see in the movie. So this tells me that Galactus is not going to show up out of nowhere in the third act and contribute nothing to the overarching story, or that Silver Surfer is being kept as this middle second act reveal. This tells me that these threats, these plot lines, are going to be in the entire movie. They're going to start at the beginning, and whatever little surprises they have that we don't know about will be surprises. But I'm invested in the majority of the movie, like the body of the movie I'm invested in. I'm not invested in like a little third act reveal, and I was nervous about that because they haven't talked about Galactus much. They haven't shown Silver Surfer at all. I was nervous that those elements weren't going to actually be that big a part of the movie, you know? And I'm really happy that they are the body of the film, you know? And so, I mean, if you gave this plot synopsis to someone in 2002, they'd be like, that sounds like the perfect Fantastic, everything I want for a Fantastic Four movie is there, you know? Save for Doctor Doom, I guess. But
yeah.
I really like that, and I think that this relieves a lot of fears I had. You know, I'm going to see a movie that is taking the most iconic elements of the Fantastic Four, and that's going to be the main thrust of the movie. There isn't going to be, like, it's not like, oh, we're going to focus on this part of the Fantastic Four no one cares about, or this iteration, or this weird thing. They're like, we are making a definitive Fantastic Four movie, you know, and that's what I like to hear. That makes me personally really happy. So, I'm excited. The only other thing is it directly confirms that the Silver Surfer casting is the Silver Surfer. It's not Nova or something. It's Silver Surfer. So we are getting a female Silver Surfer in the movie, essentially. This kind of, it's not going to be like Nova or some other character. It is Silver Surfer, you know. Stops and ends there, which I know will piss some people off. I know there's been a lot of discussion about that. I'm a massive Silver Surfer fan. You know, you can't even see over here. You can see I got him right there. I love Silver Surfer. You know, just hearing them say his name in official promo material has me excited. My takeaway with female Silver Surfer is that when it comes to comic book characters and their genders, Silver Surfer being a man is ultimately not that important to his character. He's a fairly androgynous styled character. He's a man, right? But it's not like his backstory or his motivations or his worldview is like hinging on his male experience. He's a fairly cosmic, weird, spooky loner character. If he was created nowadays, I would not be surprised if he was just an androgynous character. You know, his male perspective is not that important to him. He has a wife, but that isn't gender specific, you know. You know what I mean? Like, he could have a wife and be a woman, or he could have a husband and be a man, you know. So, of all the comic characters they could flip the gender on, Silver Surfer, it's not really that. It's like, it's basically only an aesthetic change. Does that make sense? That's the biggest difference, you know. And technically, he doesn't even have a dick. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if we're being honest here, he doesn't actually have a penis. So,
as far as we know.
As far as we know. You know, but so I'm not that beat up about it. I mean, it's going to be less iconic, but honestly, him being a man is mostly an aesthetic decision over a character decision. So
a big silver naked dude,
just a naked guy, and he's in space alone all the time. You know what I mean?
It's an aesthetic change, all right. That aesthetic being big chrome boobs. That's real. That's what everyone's coming to the theater for.
That's true. Big chrome boobies. She'll probably just be like bald and naked Silver Woman, you know, right? Like that's almost certainly what she'll be.
They'll give her weird cosmic hair or something.
I don't think so. You don't need to. Like,
will.
If they did that, I'd be mad. That would piss me off.
Ladies have hair.
Make her bald.
It would just be like galaxies in her hair or whatever. That's what it would be. And it's gonna look like a PS2 effect.
Just make her bald, please.
Look, we know what Brayden's gonna be looking at the entire time in the theater. Let's be honest.
I know, right?
I had no reason to go see this movie up until now. So
no idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
Oh, now I'm in
reflection.
I'm in theaters day one.
I also had a quick point I wanted to make about this movie because I haven't really had much of a chance to talk about it. I'm gonna try not to go on too long, but as a massive Fantastic Four fan, the Fantastic Four in the 2010s were abused to all hell. You know, these characters, the Fantastic Four in Marvel history is incredibly important because they were the very first Marvel anything. For Marvel's first family, obviously, they were the brainchild of Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. They're really important characters to them. And a lot of the Marvel universe is explored through them and their backstory and their lore. And they introduce so many important things. And they're very historically important to the comics. And then when the rights shit happened in the 90s, we really got to see the repercussions of that in the 2010s, where the Fantastic Four as characters became basically war hostages in a company's rights war, where Marvel tried to trade the rights for Daredevil because they got Daredevil back. They tried to trade Daredevil back for Galactus and Doctor Doom and Silver Surfer. And then Fox said, no, fuck you. And then went on to greenlight a Fantastic Four movie with very little time to make it and rushed it out. And it just so they could hold on to the rights, right? Because the rights were about to lapse. And so they forced a movie out just to maintain rights, right? And that movie was awful. It is like one of the worst comic movies ever. Not just because it's bad, but because it's nothing like what the Fantastic Four's spirit should be. And then Marvel doubled down and canceled the Fantastic Four's, like Marvel Entertainment, who didn't have the movie rights, canceled the Fantastic Four comic book out of spite to, tear that brand down because Fox held on to it and didn't give them any rights. And out of spite, they held on to it. And then Marvel, out of spite, canceled the comic book because they didn't want to promote their movie. And then they canceled all the toys and they wouldn't let them be in anything. And it was this horrible moment where the Fantastic Four especially were just being... And X-Men at least had comics running and everything. This is like if Superman got canceled. I mean, that's insane, And purely out of combat to try and distract and hurt another studio. And they were brutalized. They were victims of battle, and it's so frustrating because they're so important to Marvel, and for them to be treated like such a commodity is frankly insulting, especially when you consider how important the Fantastic Four were to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I mean, the Thing is Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby literally drew the Thing, because the Thing is Jewish. So is Jack Kirby. Drew the Thing on his family Hanukkah card that he mailed to his personal relatives. He drew the Thing is like his self-mock or his like the Thing is so important to Jack Kirby. And Jack Kirby is so important to Marvel. So to me, it's like insulting that in the 2010s, Marvel and all just used them. So I guess my overall point is they have to make this movie good because they owe it to the Fantastic Four. They abused them, used them, mistreated them, such a personal characters to Marvel, and they fucking ought to make one good movie for them because they owe it to the Fantastic Four, and they owe it to Jack Kirby, and they owe it to Stan Lee, to make this movie good. So I think I'm sorry, I just needed to say that. When I saw the synopsis, I was like, oh my god, they're just making a standard Fantastic Four movie, which they should. And they better make one good Fantastic Four movie at least, because they've used these characters. They've treated them so fucking poorly, that I think the fans, the Fantastic Four, and Jack Kirby and Stan Lee deserve this. Marvel owes it to them to make up for their fucking crimes in the past, So sorry, that's my point. I just need to say it out loud because if Aiden was here, he'd be pumping his fist, be like, yeah. You know what I mean? But I just need to say that this movie's more important than I think most people know because the Fantastic Four don't have much pop culture relevance right now because Marvel fucking shot them in the kneecap, But it's very important. You would not have, your epic Avengers moments. You would not have these movies. You would not have any of this shit without the Fantastic Four. None of it, So, damn it, make one good movie for them, for Christ's sake. So there you go. My rant is over.
And if you ever watch or listen to interviews with Jack Kirby, the way that he talks is how they wrote the Thing to talk.
Yes, it's his voice. It's his voice. Also, that makes me happy that the Thing in the movie's facial structure looks like the way Jack Kirby drew it. That seems like such a small thing, but honestly, it should. That's his representation of himself. You know what I mean? So it should look like how he drew him. You know what I mean? It'd be like if you put Renzo in a movie or you put Kasai in a movie, you'd want it to look and be how you want them to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. If someone else did it, you'd want them to give it that respect because it's so personal. I don't know. So anyway, there we go. That's the lore. Just need to say it.
Moving on. We're going to do the Sonic 3 photos before we do the trailer because that makes more sense, Braden.
I was going to ask if you wanted to do those first, actually.
Is a Sonic 3 trailer?
No, photos.
New photos.
Epic set photos. Not set photos, but you know what I mean.
Press release photos.
Yes. One of them is being cropped off a little bit awkwardly here. I apologize.
Wow.
But I will make sure to find. I mean, you're all you're missing is Stone and a bit more of
No,
Cheryl.
you killed Agent Stone.
He's there. You can see his head.
He's the best character.
You can see a little bit of his head. Yeah, I mean, these are pretty damn cool, man. I'm itching for that second trailer really badly because they're like they're holding on. You know, they got me. They're holding on. They're up here.
Oh, they're waiting
People
for
are,
December. You know it.
Yeah.
I heard maybe Thanksgiving time, but that's the only time I can think.
Maybe.
Mark my words. This time next month, you're gonna be like, stop, I don't want to see anymore.
That's true. That's true. It's felt like such a slow burn so far, though. It's like every little piece of info you get, it's just like, come on, I need more.
Yeah,
but I also don't want too much.
One trailer, so
it's
they're holding out.
I mean, Shadow looks like he wants to kill himself in the first photo, so there's that.
No, he just wants to kill everyone else. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. There's a lot of emotions going on in the Chow photo. Like Tails is happy. Sonic looks like disgusted. He looks
offended, personally offended.
Knuckles looks afraid.
Knuckles looks like someone just like touched his ass or something.
There's in the figure, I think. Wanted to point that out. I think. Don't know what the context behind this is at all. Wouldn't be able to tell you. Other than the fact that Tails gets a Chow head.
Well, the context is they're at like a Chow Garden cafe because Chow are fictional characters in the universe. So it's a Japanese cafe. He just froze.
He's glitching out.
He couldn't handle the Chow.
I got that. Am I? I can't.
Shit, I talked about Jack Kirby too long. Fuck.
Seriously, you jacked Kirby too much.
Am I back? No. No, you were glitching out the whole time you were talking about Fantastic Four. I can't wait to listen to most of that when I'm editing.
Well, he wasn't glitching out when I was recording, so use my recording and not yours.
Obviously. That's why. Why you gotta make fun of me? Okay.
It's like a Japanese Chow Garden cafe. It's super cute. They're like cute mascots.
Yes, I got that. I'm saying, why the fuck are they there? That's what I want to know.
They're recovering and like regrouping after they got their ass beat by Shadow. That's what.
Okay, I didn't know that. Gotcha.
Yeah, the director basically said that in an interview.
Gotcha. I did not know that.
So this is how we.
Did you guys see the director said that? Just like the last two movies, there will be another tease for another character at the end of this one.
I did see that.
There's Daniel RPK also reported that they have big plans for Silver.
It's gonna be Silver. He's gonna show his balls at the end of the movie.
That's crazy. That's gonna be so weird to see
because they don't do anything with Silver, so it'll be nice to finally see him.
If Sonic 4's Silver's the big new character, we're getting a year of Silver from Sega.
Oh yeah.
Because there's nothing for him.
Yeah,
there's very little.
He was like the star of Sonic 06, and then because that game was so poorly received, he's done nothing since, pretty much.
Not even like Shadow got mistreated, but he was pretty dry before this year too. Like there was not a lot. The most was like Sonic Prime. That was basically it.
And with how successful this year has been for Shadow, I wouldn't be surprised if he is now like the number 2 in the franchise.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. I always assumed that.
I hope if they entered, well, I guess it'd be too. I don't know. I feel like they got to get Amy in there as soon as possible, right? Like
she'd probably be in Sonic 4
I don't want her to be in the post-credit scene because I placed a bet that she won't be in this movie, so I don't want to be out another $100.
That's true.
Who'd you bet?
I bet my brother, Aiden.
Oh wow.
And I was like, no, she's definitely not in this movie, and she's like, oh, but he was like, bet on it.
It's just crazy because you're gonna have to introduce Amy, Silver, and Silver's girlfriend or whatever in the same movie. It'll be a lot.
They don't have to do Blaze if they don't want to.
I mean, they also want to introduce the Team Chaotix and do a spinoff with them. So
it's insane. They've got. I mean, hey, I guess if you're just gonna, you can't just introduce one extra character every movie. You gotta introduce more and more.
Which. Considering all of the characters that they want to introduce, I'm telling you, man, Metal Sonic's got to be at the end of this movie. There's no way
He
he's
is.
not, since this is the
I'm
last
putting it out
movie with
there.
Eggman.
I'm putting it out there. I'm keeping it there.
He's got
We
to
should probably talk about the rest of the photos, though, to be fair.
Oops, sorry guys.
Yeah,
No, it's
we
okay.
get
Gerald's on the
we get-
prowl.
Gerald, Shadow, Eggman, and Mr. Stone. So it looks like at some point Eggman's gonna turn coat and join Shadow. Betray the team.
Yeah, that's
And
a good
then
point.
I'm
I
sure
guess
at some point he's gonna betray Shadow as well.
he's a snake.
He is.
I will
He's
say
a
it is just very
slave.
weird seeing Gerald, who has always been just in a lab, just never. We never see him in any other context.
in
so
a
it's really-
lab or in a prison cell
yeah, or dead in the,
or a
in the ground.
corpse.
Yeah, so it's really weird just seeing him like walk around in daylight, just
Mhm.
like it's me, Gerald. Like it's just
I
so
have a
strange.
feeling. This is my theory. I
Your
have a
game
feeling
theory?
that Gerald is going to fill the Amy role of this movie, where he's going to
Such
be
a
the
weird
one
thing to say.
to talk sense into Shadow at the very end and like get him to turn good.
I assumed they were gonna double down with Gerald. I assumed he was gonna be an evil bastard, but I don't know.
I think he's gonna be going along with it, and then when it gets revealed that like Shadow thinks that this is
Interesting.
what Maria wanted, he's gonna be like, "What? No, that's not what she wanted, you fucking idiot." So that's my
Interesting.
theory.
I guess
That's
that
the
makes
only
sense.
other character
That's
that
an
I
interesting
see
theory.
swaying him.
No, it's JoJo. I'm telling you right now.
Jojo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa is going to save Shadow. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Uh-huh.
Either way, I mean, hopefully we get a trailer soon. I'm dying for it. Just, I need it, man. Most hype movie of the
It'll either be Thanksgiving or start of December. Yeah.
Yeah, either or soon. So that's good, but not soon enough.
I hope we don't. I mean, I know there was like leaks up the wazoo in like September. I hope we don't get any like toy leaks that spoil anything. Because if
Tricky.
if there's a Wave 4 and Metal Sonic's in it, then I mean, fuck, then the cat's out of the bag.
Wave 3, as far as if Wave 3 is legit, which we don't know, but if it's legit, that's like street dated for like December 20 or like December 22nd or something like that. It's very end of December. So the issue would be, do we get the toy leaks before that? That would be the big concern. And if that happens, if Wave 4 leaks, we're just going to avoid it. We just need to stay away from that leak.
I don't know if we're going to be able to avoid it.
It's true. But thankfully enough, Wave 3, if the leaks are legit, which I mean, they probably are, but if they are, like, it's just text, so it's easier to avoid, right? We don't have actual photos of them yet. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
either way,
we know what they're gonna look like.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen all the we base it. Come on, it's not hard to predict what one of the characters is going to look like.
Yeah.
If you look up, if you've seen a picture of that, pretty
of Gerald,
self-explanatory.
so.
Yeah, who we've seen in this movie multiple times already. So there you go.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Interesting.
But,
Interesting. Very interesting. Anywho,
yeah.
moving
I'm
on.
excited. I'm excited. All right. Secret level trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Looks cool. There was some new footage. They showed Dr. Light. He got some lines of dialogue.
Santa Claus.
Lab a bit. That's all I care about.
Did you see?
All right. What do you know? Ty, there's D&D stuff there too. Man.
Yeah,
hold on.
there's some D&D stuff, but it's characters that I don't know. So.
Did you see that Mega Man has fucking Alita Battle Angel arms? Did you see that?
Yeah, he does have weird arms.
He's got like a skin tone segmented robo arms. It's weird.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm so excited for that Mega Man episode.
I am, but
excited.
mostly just because I want to see other Robot Masters.
I want to see. I'm excited for that Pac-Man, a dystopian post-apocalyptic Pac-Man.
The Sifu episode actually looks pretty sick. I really like the art style for that one.
Sifu one's gonna be great.
Sifu just looks cool
because they're fighting Tiamat, and they're all gonna die.
There's another animated one that looks very Arcane-ish, and I don't know which game that is, but that one also looks pretty good too. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. There's a lot of random licenses. There's like Warhammer. It's so bizarre.
There's Spelunky. I didn't know about Spelunky.
Yeah,
Spelunky.
Spelunky. Yeah. This is the weirdest show ever. It's just it's taking a bunch of properties that like
Aren't
games.
you so excited for the Concord episode?
Oh man, dude, I'm waiting for that. Well, we all know,
the game that was delisted and the studio shut
the
down.
game that was made by Thatch. He
I don't
produced
take
Concord.
responsibility for that. I do not take responsibility.
But you did it
You
anyway.
are responsible. You did it.
I'm not. I do not. That was
Canon.
different. Guy.
It was in a
You
video.
made Concord.
That was Thotch.
It's confirmed by me.
Thotch.
That was
Thotch
Thotch.
Mark.
Yeah,
Thotch Mark.
that was the Swedish version.
Thotch Mark.
Thotch Mark.
Yeah, no, this is a weird show, but hey, could be cool. It's an anthology, so I mean, really, you
it's
just pick
gonna
your
be
favorite.
cool.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be real cool.
I
But-
think we can tell that it's gonna be cool.
Where's the Sonic episode, man? Where's that at?
We don't need that.
Oh, we need that. We need a.
We don't need that.
Can we get
We
a
need
Sonic
that.
episode? But it's a what if the ugly Sonic he looked
Yeah.
like that.
They already did that. It's Chip and Dale.
Speaking of which, should have probably
Yeah.
put this out there. Daniel RPK also reported that a new animated Sonic show is in the works.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I wonder if it's going to be the
Sonic Prime 2.
Shadow Generations art style.
Oh, that would be sick.
Could be.
You throw a little bit more. You throw even more budget at that. Oh my god. Oh my god. It already looks.
Show.
Oh my god. Yeah, that'd be sick.
You got
That'd
a
be
lot
so
of the
cool.
assets already. So
They do.
Arcane season 2 is back. It's better than ever.
It is.
With a season premiere that I would say is as intense and as epic as the season finale of last season.
I mean, it is a direct follow up. So yeah. Yeah.
We pick up with Jinx's terrorist attack, and everybody's in pain and is sad, and it's very dramatic. Caitlin's mom is dead.
Yeah.
Victor is in a coma.
He's in a wall of goo.
Blonde council member. Well, that happens later. Calm down.
Right.
Blonde council member is crippled.
Solus is that his name?
I don't know.
Sola?
He is soulless.
He is Solus. He looks like a soulless bastard. He's crippled, but he's getting massages or whatever.
Yeah.
Jumping ahead a little bit.
Skip it a little bit. The first episode is mostly just recovery, taking it all in, and deciding next steps. Jace does he throws the hex. He just throws the hex core at Victor, and then he gets gooped. He gets wall gooped.
Oh right, yeah, that did happen.
Vi, he just goes. Vi meets an old drunken sailor man.
And then he turns into a wall of goop. Who I definitely thought was Vander when I first saw him. It was like scary how much I thought it was Vander.
Be
Absolutely
a Vander figure for her.
He's a big freaking buff Chad. He reminds me of Rangus for some reason.
He does, yeah.
I will. Okay, so real quickly, Ty, I think we should address the elephant in the room. So every episode started off with a music video, right?
Pretty much.
It's interesting. Yeah. And then also they have the exact same intro but with different visuals. What do you think about the new intro, bud? Do you like the new intro?
I was hoping they would do a new song just because it's a new intro.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I was kind of like, like I was hoping for something different.
Song, but something fresher would have been nice. But I mean, all the music, the direction, the art direction, the actual visual direction for all the whole show, but all the musical sequences is still on point.
I don't know if I need every episode to start with a musical sequence, but some of them are cool. The second episodes in particular was probably my favorite. I love how that one was done.
I hope we get one as good as Jinx versus Echo last season, because that was God, that's so good.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah. Oh man, that was good.
But this episode, basically, they discuss going to war with the underground, and they call a big meeting of the city to essentially announce the deaths and next steps and stuff. And it's attacked by terrorists and
Again.
people are killed. We meet two new characters. One of them isn't named. It's Fish Face Man.
There's Renzo.
Yeah, Renzo, the guardsman.
Yeah, who doesn't barely speaks, doesn't say anything.
I don't think he has a single line of dialogue.
No, there's Maddie, Renzo, and then the Vander.
Maddie is fucking adorable. I was really
you
worried
love-
that she was
yeah.
gonna die. I was like, oh
Well,
no, she's
I mean,
totally dead.
She's probably still gonna die. Let's be real.
She might, but
Well,
so far
okay,
she
so
hasn't.
this is another thing too. I love season 1 sets up its characters so well, and they really take the time to get to know everyone. I don't really know anything about these guys aside from Maddie so far. Like, they just kind of joined forces, and I'm kind of sitting here like, all right, I need some background to them. I need to know what their deal is. I'm sure we'll get flashbacks. I'm 100% sure of it. But right now, I'm kind of just sitting here going like,
I don't think we're getting any context for Fishman. I think he's gonna die.
oh yeah, he's
Because
gonna turn into
hasn't
fish
said
fillet.
anything.
Yeah.
I think we'll definitely get more development on Big Shield Boy.
Oh yeah,
Drunken
Yeah.
Shielder, because I
Or
think
Vet.
he's probably a character from the game. I mean, it's so specific to have a giant shield. He must be.
I know. That's the thing about the show is like we've never played the game, so I don't know these characters. I don't know when
Also,
someone from the
there's,
game shows up.
200 champions in the game, so I don't know who is and
Yeah.
isn't a character.
Exactly. Everyone, nobody online is
the obvious
going.
ones
like,
I
"This is
know,
this character."
but like
Right. Even then, I don't even know. I would have assumed half the characters from season. I would have assumed Silco was a character from the first game. He's
Yeah,
not,
he's not.
clearly, because he's not for obvious
dead.
reasons. Very dead.
But he still does have a strong presence in the season.
He does,
You can feel
Yes.
him,
especially in
obviously
episode 2
he's-
for sure.
Yeah, he's in Jinx's head quite a lot, and I mean the whole underground is recovering from his
Yeah.
absence. We're also getting little stingers at the end of each episode so far for the scientist man that used to work with Silco and trained Victor. He's working on some sort of fucking.
He's
weird
making a cool
Frankenstein
Renzo.
werewolf
He's making
monster.
X4 from Legacy of
Pretty
Light,
much. Yeah, he's making a two-headed werewolf freakazoid.
which is totally Vander, but that's okay.
Which I know is a character from the games and is gonna be sick, I'm sure. It's Vander. It's Vander and Silco in each head.
Yeah, Vanco.
Vilco.
Vanco shows up. Vilco shows. Yeah,
But yeah, that's.
Big
I'm
wolf man.
excited what happens with
yeah.
that.
it's really dope. Caitlin's getting a lot of development, which is dope. She's one of my
Yes,
favorite characters.
she
So
is.
yeah, more of her. Great.
She and Vi kiss for the first time.
That's a epic moment. I
forget which
Didn't know
episode
it was
that
the
happens
first-
in.
that was the second
But-
one.
Second episode. Okay.
Yeah.
They do kiss.
That was-
and then they break
that was
up in
me-
the third episode.
That was me misremembering the fact that they had a lesbian sex scene in the
Yeah.
first season.
Okay, Thatch, you have no idea. When he was rewatching season 1, he sent me an audio clip and he was like, "Man, I swear that Vi and Caitlyn had like a very steamy shower sex scene." And I was like, "No, man, that's just your lesbian fantasies fucking porn that you were watching or whatever."
Genuinely,
What a way to expose yourself, motherfucker. Literally.
I swear to God, I remember
Yeah,
it
because
happening.
you watched it somewhere else and you
No.
downloaded it. Yes,
No.
you exposed the shit out of yourself.
I'm so
pretty
crazy.
Sure, I'm pretty sure
I know.
saw.
I know. I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah, I wonder where, buddy.
I'm pretty sure I saw Cloud railing Tifa.
It wasn't
in
even,
Final
like,
Fantasy
explicit.
VII. Jesus, he's dying. What the fuck?
I killed him.
Well, that was the only thing misremembering. I'm misremembering
Don't
a
just act
character
like
having.
nothing happened. What was that?
We gotta move on. I was dying. I also completely misremember a character having like a big sacrifice moment, and then he just doesn't. He just got killed
Yeah.
like on
No, that's
a
because
bridge, and I was
he
just like, oh,
imagines having a sacrifice moment. That's what you were thinking of.
that was that. My brain's been gaslighting me on so many levels with this show.
It's a
God
good
damn.
thing you rewatched it.
Um, yeah, I definitely needed to. I needed to rewatch it because I would have gone in here not knowing anything that was happening. Uh, it was worth it too. Like I said, this is a great start. I love episode 2, by the way. I think it's my favorite out of the bunch.
Oh, it's
It
so
is
good.
so good. Getting to see the Rat Man finally in action has been something I've been waiting for the whole time. He is awesome.
He
Holy shit.
is.
He's like a steampunk rat guy who's like always like hacking, and he's got like epic robot arms, and it is like it is the
He's
best
Rat
part.
General Grievous.
He is, and
He's a Renzo character straight up because he's a mob boss.
Oh yeah.
He's Rat General Grievous.
Yeah.
He's like really quippy and quirky and goofy, and he talks like this, and he's so cool.
It's like we should give him the girl. We should give him chicks. Why don't we give him chicks?
Why don't we give him Jinx, eh?
We'll give her the blue. We'll give her the blue. Yeah, it was awesome. The
he's just so
it was so good. Fight scene that he goes out on. Oh my god. That was like the best fight scene ever. It was so good.
It was
also,
a lot of fun. It was super cool too,
Savika's
because Savika's new arm that Jinx built for her, because they're teaming up now, even though they hated each other last season.
She's one of the best characters in the entire show. She's so underrated.
She's such a bitch. I hate her so much.
What do you mean? She's great. She's so
the
loyal.
Worst in season 1. I wanted her to die so badly. She's better in this season. She is.
She's loyal till the end.
If she didn't even like Jinx last season.
That's what I'm saying. She's loyal to the goddamn. She's loyal, and that's cool. No, she's so loyal. No, I just like the fact that she's a big, tough, badass lady.
He does want a big, strong, loyal guy.
I just like big punching women. Yeah, like women who beat the shit out of each other. Like Vi.
Like her jackpot, shark
her
arm.
epic. Yes, her epic shark arm that blasts dope music. She like and has a cool like chomping features and shit. It's so fun.
That song, by the way, it's from season 1 as well, and it's from like 2013. It's a Jinx theme song that a band made.
Oh, okay, interesting. So she's just got like Jinx loyalty already on her arm, like she has to be.
Well, Jinx built it, so.
Yeah, so she's indebted to Jinx for the rest of her life now. She has she's loyal to a fault.
Jinx also picks up a little stray that
little brat,
little child stinker.
Child hasn't done anything except for prevent the season
Stick
from
a gun in Vi's face, almost killed her.
Yeah, she wouldn't have done it. She's a little brat. I think that's what I'm saying. She almost ended the season prematurely.
So Jinx Vi and Caitlyn put together a task force. So that they can go after Jinx. They go to the underground. They start using the toxic gas on people and just taking people out. We don't even we get to see the start of the task force, and then we randomly see them in the Jinx episode just hunting her already, which was super cool because it takes you a minute to realize it's them. And then episode 3, we get back to their perspective where we see them going through and systematically interrogating people and taking people out, and they find Jinx in this almost underground cathedral. At the
I'm thinking of the room.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, they almost find her in the arcade that they hung out in season 1.
Yeah.
But then they go to this underground cathedral where they where they confront her. While at the same time, Jace, Echo, and Heimerdinger are going through the Matrix. They don't remember the white void that they were in,
Oh,
and Jace sees all his
right.
other selves.
Yeah, that was fucking Last Jedi moment where he looks down and there's like clones of him repeating.
Yeah, and they all look and they like keep looking.
Yeah, that straight up was a Last Jedi moment. I don't know why I remember it specifically from Last Jedi. That did happen in Last Jedi.
It did, yeah.
No, it's because the fucking the Arcane's going insane. It's going crazy because Jesus is born.
Because Jesus, his second coming.
He is. He kind of is though.
I mean, yeah.
Victor becomes cool tech Jesus.
Victor becomes the messiah of the homeless despot rotting people underground. Mel's mom is also working with Cripple Man to like undermine the government and like try to take over. Also,
because she's got the witch plot. There's this witch from another country.
Witch plot where a witch tried to kill her, and then Mel gets sucked up into the witch vortex, and that's the last we see of her. I
don't really know what's happening there. I know that she's a character from the game, but I'm kind of sitting here like I don't care about her mom. She's like a big epic badass, but she hasn't done anything super cool yet. She's not really involved with the main stuff.
I don't know if Mel is a character in the game. There's a character that looks a lot like her, but I think they have
not
different
Mel,
names.
her mom. I think her mom is who I'm talking about.
Maybe, I don't know. But,
I think she's a character from the game.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
we're all over the place, but the thing with Jason, Echo, and Heimerdinger happens, and I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but I don't even remember really how that resolves. Let me check.
It doesn't. They just stand in the crazy scary room.
No, because it like ends, and then.
But we end with Vi and them. We cut to them.
Hold on.
We don't see the.
Like they break out of the thing, though, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I misremember that. I quickly goes back and rewatches the whole episode.
I'm rewinding. Oh yeah. So while they're doing that, all their magic weapons are freaking the fuck out, as well, which is very interesting. So there's some freaky magic funk happening. Anyway, there's a lot that happens in these 3 episodes. There's a whole lot. Oh my god, there's so much.
There is.
It's impossible to cover it all and be succinct.
It's okay. We're doing the best we can.
But it's so good. This show's so fucking good.
It's back in its peak, and it releases weekly in 3 episodes, peak. So it's
the peak. Anime of the year.
Probably.
I mean, it's not an anime, but it would be.
It doesn't count. It's pretty good.
Dawn to Dawn is better? I don't think so.
No. It's enjoyable. I mean, it's really solid. It's a great start. I'm glad it picks up directly after season 1 too, because I just binged it, so it's nice to be like, oh, okay, they're following through with all this stuff. It's super solid so far. I'm really excited. I see Vi gets a crazy fucking emo look at some point, so I want to know what that's all about.
Well, her girlfriend broke up with her, so now she's in her goth era. Damn it, Braden, you bastard.
They were dating for like.
Jesus. Keeps fucking freezing.
Not my fault. I don't know what's happening.
I know it's not your fault, but God, it's awful.
It is.
Also, please, for the love of God, someone make good action figures of this show. I want all the characters.
SHF, Heimerdinger's balls, reveal it, please.
His fuzzy balls, please.
I want to see Heimerdinger's balls hang low. That's all I want to see.
Why are they hang low?
Is that so much to ask?
Because he's well endowed. He's gifted.
He is. He's very gifted. I gotta send a photo of Heimerdinger so he actually knows what I'm. Yeah, I don't think that shows what I'm talking about.
The little fairy character.
He's like a disgusting little goblin thing. He's not a goblin. He does look like a little fucking Build-A-Bear ass guy. His name's Heimerdinger.
Humdinger.
Professor Heimerdinger. Get it right. What?
You want to talk about the final show that released this week?
All right, shut up. Stop talking.
You almost forgot.
No, you cut out. You were like, I want to watch it at the end of the week, and then The Thing. That's all.
You want to talk about The Thing, dude?
Yeah, The Thing. It's a good horror movie about a couple guys in the Arctic where transforming shape-shifting alien.
You know,
nobody cares about that damn prequel, all right?
Well, it was pretty good aside from the CGI shit show. They did practical, and they ruined it.
It was pretty good. I like when the whole movie it looked horrible.
I like when the whole movie looked bad.
Like when the whole movie looked like shit.
The Penguin, the finale. We get the climactic conclusion.
There's Heimerdinger.
Yes, Heimerdinger. He's an iconic little man.
Yeah,
handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Call it Heimerdinger's Revenge.
He's like 1 foot tall.
He's punchable.
You
He's got a big ol'. He's punchable.
I want Jace to kick him like a football across the field. Oh, okay.
We got get out of here. Get out of here. We got Penguin to talk about. Penguin. Finale. Quick recap. We pick up in the theater. Oz is a bastard. He refuses to tell the truth to his mom. His mom knows the truth. She stabs him in the stomach. And then they get in a shootout, go to the hospital. Vic tried to get the gangs to help. The gangs don't help. Vic goes to the hospital. They're all at the hospital. They leave the hospital. They reorganize, and then they Sophia puts out a bounty. All the gangs are looking for Oz. Vic calls his guy Link, the Asian guy from the Asian, the fucking Yakuza or whatever. I don't know if they're what they are. All right, it's just the closest thing to what they are.
A standard white man, not even knowing the cultural relevance.
Yeah, what are they, huh? What are they?
No, you know all the answers clearly.
Yeah,
shut up. Every answer.
Shut up, liberal. So they set it up like Vic was deceived, but actually Sophia was deceived, and so they meet Sophia at an airport and they pull their guns on her, and then they kill a bunch of people, and they turn on her, and Oz is like, you don't even know what it's like to be under the boot of the man. And then they show a montage of all the second in commands killing all the gang bosses, which is a little silly. There's some convenient stuff that happens in this episode.
Right.
Like Oz conveniently jumping in a car, and then the keys are just in there and he can drive away while Sophia's right behind him. And then there's, whatever. But Oz takes Sophia on a little drive, and they go to the water side, and Oz is like, oh, I'm going to shoot you now. And then Sophia's like, oh, she closes her eyes, and then Oz is like, gets back in the car, drives away, the cops come. Sophia has to go back to Arkham. The scene on the screen happens. I mean, I don't even know if Braden's here. Can he hear us? Braden, are you here? Braden, are you listening? Alright, I'm going to take that as a no. Okay. The scene happens. Oz chokes the life out of Victor and looks like a fucking gremlin while he does it. He looks like his prosthetics are falling off, while he's doing it. He's like, he looks like he's Palpatine or something. It's horrible. I hated watching it. Okay, good. Now that we're done, we can move on. Oz then gets to live the high life. He's got a penthouse. He's got his mom trapped in a coma, staring out a window forever, even though he promised her that he'd kill her if she ever got like that. And also, I guess he has a mom kink where he legitimately wants to bone his mom because his girlfriend is dressed up as his mom, and he's like, tell her I'm a good boy.
Well,
tell me I'm a good boy.
There was always kind of like a little.
It was
always a little weird.
It was like a little weird at the beginning, and then when we get into him as a kid, it's like getting really weird, and then now it's just like blatantly like, yeah, he wanted to fuck his mom the entire time, which is really gross.
Yeah, and there's also the piece of, and I love the character work of, he only ever wanted to keep his mom around and to do all the stuff just to earn her approval, you know? And now that she's a vegetable, he can't. And he doesn't care about, you know, whether or not she is happy that way. He or whatever. The only reason he's upset is not because she's going to be sad or live a bad life now.
He can't get what he wanted.
And
like,
then
even in the theater or in the dance club, when they were going to cut off her finger, and he just wouldn't tell the truth. He just like, nope. And she's like, it's my finger, you bastard.
I know.
Yeah,
which is great. It's so cool to see. It's so cool to see how Sophia's different energy, because she knows this is happening, and how she's like us. She's just trying to make this thing happen.
Yeah, you can just see it on her face. She's just like, "What is wrong with you?"
I know. It's so good. It's so good. So good.
Sophia is the most sympathetic character in this show.
I completely agree. I completely agree. She rocks.
She didn't deserve what she got.
Nope. Nope.
But yeah, we end off. Oz is the new Kingpin, and he's got his side piece that he makes dress like his mom, and the bat signal turns on in the distance, and that's probably the start of Batman 2, maybe.
Yeah. So, and then we get a moment where, I don't know, I'm just gonna say this part. He'll be fine. It's not a big deal. But Sophia goes back to Arkham, right? Yes. And then she gets a letter from Selena, which
yes.
I fucking called y'all. Well, no, I guess the editor can't. Is he editing it, or is you edit? Are you editing?
He's editing.
Okay, so I was gonna say, editor, play the clip of me saying that, but yeah, and then she gets a letter from her sister, Selena Kyle, which is really cool. So I've got a couple thoughts. Brain, you can put the fucking thing.
Put your hat
back. So I've got one complaint about the episode, and I've got thoughts about the future, right? My one complaint is when the bat signal comes on. I saw an edit of this. I fervently believe the Batman theme should have played as soon as it came on. I think when they came on, we should have heard bom, 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 and then I think that should
just have that roll into the credits. That would be great.
Yes, I saw an edit of that, and it fucking rocked. It was so good. What I like about this ending, and what concerns me about a potential second season, is what's cool about this is first of all, it's the only true villain movie I've ever seen in my life. A villain show where it's like he's just terrible, you know. Yeah. But it gets you hyped.
He's charming, and you root for him, and then in the end, he's like, "Nah, fuck you, though."
Yes. But what excites me is seeing him get these moments. It gets me actively hyped to see Batman beat the fucking shit out of him, and I'm seeing people all over the internet be like, just like fiending for Oz to get his fucking face kicked in by Batman. Yeah. And how cool is that? That's what villain movies should be, right? They should set up the villain versus the hero thing like an Avengers style crossover where it's like, I can't wait to see these two go at it again. I'm just fiending, you know. That is so, and like when the back signal comes on, you're like, oh my god, I can understand why a city like Gotham would net Batman. Like, Batman is required. He is required. We want Batman to beat him up. And I've never seen something quite like that in like a movie or show where it's like hero, villain spinoff, and then when they reconnect, the two cross over again, we're hyped just to see them go at it because we're so invested, you know? That fucking rocks. And I really don't. They're already talking about a season 2, but what concerns me is I feel like the story has been told. And also, how the fuck are you gonna trick us into rooting for Oz again? You're not.
Yeah, you kind of blown the load there.
Yes.
Did they confirm a Penguin season 2 or no?
No, they're just talking about it.
They're talking about it. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they should. I think there's another show they should do that. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked. Very few people are talking about. Right, but I think pretty clearly to me the next show should be a Catwoman show. Like, easily it should be a Catwoman show. Because the Catwoman we're introduced to in the Batman isn't Catwoman yet. She still has her, like, ghetto costume, you know? We haven't even seen her transform into Catwoman yet. Just like Penguin didn't necessarily transform yet. And also, everyone's favorite part of this show is fucking Sophia. And you have a built-in way to include her as a supporting character now in the Selena Kyle show. And also a reason for Selena to come back to Gotham, because remember, she's in Bloodhaven. And I do think that Matt Reeves would want to keep this series pretty Gotham-centric. It seems like he's really dedicated to that, you know? So you have her come back because of her sister, and then that's how you justify her being in the show again, in Gotham again. And you tell the story of her becoming a fully formed Catwoman, right? Like, that seems like an easy... I think the only reason why they'd be hesitant is because you kind of would need to have Batman in it, probably, right? Like, probably, you know? But I don't know. Just get over yourselves. Just put him in it for a second. It's fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think that's the natural next step to me. Like, there's a character in the first movie... has not fully formed yet, and still you're able to take seeds from this show into it. That's what I want. That seems like the logical thing. I'm just surprised no one's talking about it.
That would make sense as season 2, because then Penguin Oz could be the antagonist of the season.
That's true. Yeah.
With Sophia as her supporting character, you know, like, she wanted to kill Carmine. Yeah. You know, Oz is now just as bad as Carmine. Even to the point where they get their rocks off the same way. So that would, you know, we would be a great antagonist. You would be able to set her up and, you know, end the season with her in her Catwoman costume for the second movie. And then that would be why she's in Gotham for the second movie. And then, you know, you wouldn't need Sophia in the second movie because she's in 2 shows and she's got more screen time than Batman.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. To me, that's the natural... and I just don't know why no one's talking about the Catwoman show. It seems so obvious to me. Because who else do you make a show about? To be honest with you, the Joker, they already talked about... When it was flirted, they were like, oh, they might do a Joker show. I'm like, fuck you! Catwoman's right there! He's barely in the movie. You know what I mean?
I think they're actually working on that Joker show.
I know. Well, no, James Gunn said it's not true. He said it's not true.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I'm glad because Joker just got 2 fucking movies and Joker's Catwoman show. That seems like...
I mean, that second movie was a real stinker though.
No, I know, but still, he's gotten 2 movies. Like, I've had enough Joker. You know what I mean? So
save him for the third Reeves movie.
Yes. Yeah. No, let us miss the Joker for like a couple years. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna take like 7 or 8 years to get to a third Reeves movie.
Good. Because every fucking Batman has the Joker in it, and I'm so annoyed. I'm like, I'm good for several years. You know, I might let some other villains shine, for God, please sake, please.
Yeah. But I mean, it's such a good show, great finale. I hate Oswald. What a fucking scumbag.
I know. But it ended honestly. It ended pretty much how I expected it to. The bat signal, I did not expect. That caught me. I was like, oh. You know what I mean?
I expected that more than I expected what he did and the fetish thing to be like outright. I didn't expect either of those.
I didn't expect the fetish thing, but I had the feeling. I had a feeling of the other major moments.
Yeah.
But
I thought the fetish thing was going to just be like implied. And not like overtly confirmed.
It's a good way to gobsmack you before you're like, oh, right before it ends.
He just does this horrible thing, and then you're like, what the fuck?
You're like, whoa.
If there's
But
any chance you still liked him, then there you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Oh, you still think he could be redeemed? Well, he wants to fuck his mom. So
yes.
It was
Yeah,
the
and
last
he did
straw.
the one thing his mom didn't. He doesn't have the
Yeah.
balls to kill.
And
her, so,
also, she's in an empty room in
Yep.
in a vegetative state, looking out a window,
Yep.
crying. So
Yep. I've also heard people say that there's a scarecrow glove in the psychologist guy's house, and there's photos of it. It's like a Freddy Krueger glove in his home, which is weird. I don't know if it's scare, but a lot of people are like, "Look, it's a scarecrow glove." So I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of chatter about scarecrow, and I'm hearing people say that they might have Scarecrow create a new drug for Gotham, but it's like it causes people to spiral, and it's going to be called fear. That was an idea I heard someone float. You know, there was bliss, there was drops, bliss, and then fear.
I mean, I could have seen the therapist becoming like the Mad Hatter with bliss.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Therapist character's so fucking throwaway. What an idiot. I'm sorry.
He just disappears.
I know.
He
And then
and then he's back at Arkham.
And you're like, ow, what?
You
know, but
just reapplied so he could be with his girl.
I did hear a really compelling theory from someone that he was hallucinated the entire time. Like she met the therapist and then she hallucinated him the whole time, and then I don't think that's what happened. But then some people are saying that him being a therapist at the end again proves that the whole relationship was just her own hallucination. That just doesn't feel in character.
It doesn't work because he was the reason Sophia learned that Oz's mom knows the truth.
Yes. Yeah, and also that doesn't add anything to the character of Sophia, and it doesn't really feel in character for her to hallucinate a man to it just feels really.
If it was a case of nobody else interacted with him, sure, but he specifically interacts with his mom.
Yeah, and again, it doesn't really thematically contribute to her character in any way, and I don't know. I'm like, it's lame. I don't know. I don't care about that, but whatever.
Yeah, she's not a fucking Joaquin Phoenix Joker type character. She's not.
Yeah, she's not like a lovesick Harley Quinn either. Like it just feel. I don't know. What would that add? You know what I mean?
He's the one simping for her. So
exactly, it feels like a power dynamic from her. Like that's the whole point of his role, is it shows. But whatever. People are so Marvel brain. They just want to find a weird, crazy, compelling twist or theory everywhere. You know, even if it doesn't contribute to what the show is trying to say at all. You know. So, yeah.
And they try to make a character out of everyone. You know, like everybody's got to be somebody.
Everyone's gonna evolve to be someone.
Everything after the Joker went into the fridge is a dream sequence.
Went into the fridge?
You remember that when he stuffs himself into the fridge? There was a genuine theory that
stupid. Why does he do that? God, that's so dumb. Sorry, don't get me started. What is that? What are you trying to do?
That's the classic trope where a character is crazy by shoving themselves into a fridge.
Oh, he's so weird. He puts himself in the fridge.
So
why?
Crazy.
The classic Joker trademark that he always does.
That's legitimately like they had this set.
Man, I'm going to keep myself refrigerated for later use.
It's like, how to make him seem weirder? I don't know. What if he crawled in the fridge? Like, okay.
I bet that was just like they had the set and they were like between shoots, and then Joaquin just like was trying to scare someone, and he just crawled into the fridge.
They're like, Todd Phelps like, that's good.
And
that's
Todd was
great,
just
man.
like, "Oh, I've been recording this entire time."
Todd's like, that's awesome. People are gonna love this movie. People are gonna think it's great.
People are gonna love it when he dances down the stairs.
People are gonna love it too much, and I'm gonna get depressed and make an evil movie later. But that's okay.
So stupid, so dumb. All right, we've been the All Things Geek podcast. Thank you everybody so much for watching. We will see you guys next week to talk the next few episodes of Arcane and hopefully more news, maybe.
Some more bullshit, hopefully.
Some more bullshit. Fuck you. Fuck this
Some
show.
more stupid ass bullshit.
Fuck your family.
You're talking out our asses over here.
What are you talking about? All right.
I got you like a fucking fish.